Yo, what's up, guys? So, my name is Gene Boykin. I'm the founder of the GoGetter Family Real Estate Investing Academy. All right. This is where I teach people to become the bank and buy investment properties with little to no money out of their own pocket and no credit checks. All right. Now, I'm doing a 30 lives in 30 nights edition, man. We've been going super hard. So, tonight, I got some game for you because people have been asking me this question. Many of people. There was somebody actually that asked me last night um, this question. So I wanted to bring the viewers, right, my followers, what they're asking for, the information that they need. So tonight, I'm gonna go through with you. Got a diagram for you and everything of the steps that it takes from beginning to end on a transaction. All right, from beginning to end. Find a motivated seller, analyzing property, all that good stuff. All right, because on this channel, I give you the actionable knowledge that you need to close these deals. All right, so don't forget to hit that like button. All right, and if you're new to my channel and you feel like I bring you some value, consider subscribing. All right, or you could just be a player about it, man. Hit that subscribe button. Get your boy in the algorithm. All right. Thanks for showing up tonight.
I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter. Hustle to the end. We some no quitters. Knock it out the park. We for show hitters. Right, left hemisphere. That's a dome splitter. Yeah. We control our own destiny. Make moves. Cultivate whole legacy. Creative finance. Bring more ecstasy. The right ingredients. Now that's a dope recipe.
All right, what's good, guys? What's good? Got my guy Israel on here tonight. What up, homie? Lavanya. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Your boy's getting old. See a little gray up in that thing. Woo, getting crazy. Nick Bravo. What's up, dog? Yeah, 28. You remember? Hey, that's what he said, man. That's what he said. I gotta go with it, man. I'm just here for the atmosphere. You know what I mean? So, hey, I appreciate you guys coming in tonight, man. So, if you guys have any questions, I'm going to try to answer some of those questions. I got my daughter down here with me this evening. So, the boss lady. What are you doing, honey? Watch out. Ella, watch out for that. Baby, you got to let me finish this now. You going to come say hi, everybody? What?
Hi, everybody.
Okay. You said hi. What, honey? Go play with your phone. Let Dada finish, okay?
Okay.
Oh.
I like it.
Yeah, you seen them. Yep. You already used up all my other ones. Here, you get two of them. What color?
Green
Here. And
blue
blue. Yellow.
and yellow.
Okay. All right, go ahead. All right, guys, I'm gonna have to make this one quick this evening. Boss ladies around. So I'm talking to you guys about the steps that it takes, all right, to close these transactions, man. Obsessions, what's up? So, this is the thing too with what we do, all right. One, people are not closing more deals because they don't have the missing pieces, these missing steps. That's what this show is all about tonight. The What, honey? I don't know. It should be sticking. Anyway, sorry guys. The missing pieces, the missing steps, that you're missing something in between. And it really isn't a lot. The problem is, right? The problem is that if you miss one step, it all goes crumbling down. It all goes crumbling down. And there's a chronological order to these steps that you must go by. All right. You've got to go by that chronological order. Otherwise, I mean, there are some things that maybe whoops. There are some things that you can maybe mix and match some steps. All right. Just depends on the circumstance, but you're going to do these steps. Like, these are things that you are going to do. If you don't do these things, well, then your ass is likely you're not going to close the deal. Or I've helped people, man, that have gotten deals under contract and had to cancel those deals because they didn't find motivated sellers. They went after on-market deals. So let me see here. All right, guys, I'm going to share my screen with you, and we're going to get this party started, man. So what I want to know is this a question though that you guys have had, right? What is the process? Now, I'm not going to go through all of the minutia of each step in that process, but if you've got that framework, you can follow that framework. You can follow that framework. Only one buffering. What the hell's going on? Okay. I look like I'm frozen. You dropped your cracker on the floor? Yeah. Oh my goodness. I'll be right back, guys. Gotta help my daughter. Yeah, there's another one sitting there on the table. I'll put you one up here. There's a couple up there for you. All right, guys. Thanks for sticking with me. Yes, I am back. So this is the thing, right? I talk to a ton of people, man. My guy Josh. I talk to a ton of people damn near every day, man. If I'm not talking to them, my team's talking to them. And the reason is because one, people see what we're doing out here, see what I'm doing, and see what the GoGetter family members are doing. And they see that, and they see that they want to be part of that. You guys want your life to be different. You want your life to be different. But this is the thing. This information, this knowledge, even my system, it isn't for everybody. It isn't, man. It isn't for everybody because, I'll talk to people. And, they'll ask me, how much is it gonna cost? Right. But sometimes I'll answer that question with a question. I'll ask them, are you asking me how much that's going to cost you if you don't get this information? Is that the cost you're talking about? I was listening to my guy Myron Golden today, and he said he said something, it was pretty simple, but it was profound, right? He says if you're still broke,
Daddy,
then
I'm gonna get a baby.
okay, go ahead, honey. Then the only thing that you should be worrying about is how to get unbroke right now. If you are grown and you're still broke, the only thing that you need to be worrying about right now is how to get unbroke. And that's the question that we've got to ask ourselves, right? Not how much something costs. How much is it going to cost us not to get that information or to make that move? How much is that going to cost us? Because, guys, when you start thinking about it, that cost is exponential. And I'm talking about this because I'm about to show y'all something, man. I'm about to show y'all this deal we're doing in Colorado. All right. In Denver, Colorado. I just got the title search back today, too. My transaction coordinator, who is Coach Nyla, she is also part of the team. Josh knows her. I think he might have. Oh no, Josh has his appointment with Coach Nye, I think tomorrow. But my team, man, one, they're well-rounded in coaching. Two, well-rounded in real estate. Creative financing is a whole different animal. But I want to show you guys this real quick because this thing, where is it at? Damn it. Oh, I gotta go to the shared with me. There it is. Okay. I'm like, man, where the hell is that thing at? Dude, you guys gotta see this. So this is the This is the title search that came back. All right. Now, this property, guys, this thing is valued at about $420,000. 420,000. Let me make sure you guys can see it. This property is valued at $420,000. And there's an existing mortgage on it, as you can see. Now, if you look at this deed of trust, Universal Lending Corporation, boom, 307,500. And then this is the same one. They had to record it twice in the same day. So 307,500 is the existing mortgage, and then they owe 3779.50 on an HOA of foreclosure. That's how we found them. That's the first part of the process. Find a motivated seller. When I go through these steps with you here in a second. So I wanted you guys though to see these numbers, because again, how much is it? When a person asks how much it costs, you mean if you don't change something, how much does that cost? Because the knowledge doesn't cost you anything. I gave you guys that example last night of if I tell you to give me $1 and I'm going to give you this 10 back, would you do it? If I tell you to give me 10 and I'm going to give you 100 back, would you do it? Right? But the question is, do you have that expectation that you will become successful? So this deal, guys, the way that we negotiate, dude, I had him. This guy was freaking sitting on the edge of his seat waiting for me to give him my offer number. But it wasn't like he was badgering me. We formed a relationship, built a rapport. All right. So we're going to give him 35,000. 35,000. So if you do the math on this, right, we'll put it at about, well, let me see what that is. 310,000, about 311,000, about 311,000 and some change, right? Then you got some closing costs. I'm going to assume these closing costs are going to be, this title search was the cheapest one I've ever done. It was only $5. Unbelievable. Those things usually run you $150. But if we sell this thing at a discount, guys, to a cash buyer, and you know what? I ain't even tripping, dude. I'll just go ahead and pay this HOA lien myself if it takes longer to sell it than we need to. $3,700, that ain't nothing. But it won't. It's a condo, 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom in downtown Denver. Got 2 parking spots. I mean, so the thing's worth 420. We can sell it for 400,000, right? At 311 plus his 35,000. All right, that puts us at 346. We sell it for 400,000. That's $54,000 assignment. You take out the closing costs out of that, I'm going to say that it's going to be about 3,000 probably. So we're looking at a $51,000 assignment. 51,000, guys. 51,000. And I do a revenue share with my team. All right. So my team, they all get 10% of the deal. They get 10% of the deal for the life of the deal too. So if it's a wholesale, well, it's just a one-time assignment fee. If we do a creative financing, wholesale and hold method, they get some of that down payment where we get paid and that monthly cash flow and the back end. So this is what I wanted to dive into tonight though, man. You guys should eat this up. But you got to ask yourself, how much is it going to cost you to not move forward, man? To not move forward. All right. I thought I had that on slideshow, damn it. All right, guys. If you have questions, put it in the comments. Now, becoming the bank. Becoming the bank, it refers to a creative financing scenario used to buy an investment property with little money out of pocket, no credit checks, and you don't need realtors. All right. You don't have to be a realtor to do this. Creative financing is a real estate deal that allows you to take over the existing mortgage without applying or having to qualify for that mortgage. Now, the deal I just showed you guys on that title search, that's a wholesale transaction because it has a reverse mortgage. That 307,000 that's owed, that is a reverse mortgage. So we've got to pay that off. I don't play with those, man, with the creative financing. All right. Now, your first step, guys, your first step is find a motivated seller. I'll tell you where you don't find a motivated seller. How about that? Let's do that. I'll tell you where you don't find them. You don't find a motivated seller. Get off of Zillow. Get off of Redfin, get off of Realtor.com, All right. Now, if you do get something off of Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com, make sure it's been on there for at least 60 days, minimum of 60 days, man. Because if it hasn't been on there 60 days, these people don't realize that they have a problem that they can't fix yet. And they can't just sell this problem off to somebody else. They're going to need the help of an expert. All right. But finding motivated sellers is the key, man. This is the tip of the spear, guys. There's a number of places. This is why we use our ACEs system, where we either find and the A is awareness. We either find them or they find us because they have been made aware of us based off of our marketing techniques and tactics that we use. Stealth marketing and then guerrilla marketing, also just straight up cold calling. I've got a text campaign that is going nuts right now, man. We've got so many leads coming in. I'm about to have 2 acquisitions managers. This came from the text campaign. Now, your next step, analyze the property. Analyze the property. See, when you get to a certain level, this is like what I said last night. If something isn't working for you guys, it's absolutely working on you at the time. It's working on you. And a lot of people just don't realize that. So they'll give up 3 feet away from gold. All right. So I say that because when I say analyze a property, you'll get to the level of where I'm at. When Omar, my acquisitions manager, told me about this property, sent me the email, I knew immediately looking at it that it was a hell of a deal. And I jumped on it before I ran comps and checked out the cash flow, the potential cash flow on it. The cash flow is nuts on this thing, man. If we could have took over this mortgage, we absolutely would have. This is a buy and hold all day. This guy owns properties on top of properties too, man. So this is going to be a great, great relationship. So you analyze that property. One of my students last night asked me, I hear equity all the time, but then I'll see this big number, the value of their house, and then I'll see that their equity is real little, right? The equity isn't much. So how do you calculate that equity? Guys, to calculate the equity, it's just the after repair value, how much the house is worth, fixed up retail value, so, and then minus whatever the existing mortgage is on it. All right. And any outstanding liens. Like this one had the $7,000 existing mortgage with $3,700 lien. So you got to add both of those together and you subtract that from the 420,000, you get your equity. All right. This man, dude, this seller's so happy. So you analyze that property, you get the numbers. That way you can give them a maximum allowable offer. Our maximum allowable offer is only 8.5 to 12.5% of their after repair value. All right. And you've got some leeway in there. That's with creative financing. We don't have the regular maximum allowable offer. Now, our next step, what we do, the GoGetter family, because we want to give ourselves the best chances to win. I had my lead manager, Jess, research this guy. I said, Jess, here's the information I got. Deep dive into him, see what you can do. Now, we don't do a deep dive into everybody, guys, because if you did, you'd spend all of your time researching. All right. We can't do that because we got other things that we got to do. But when it's a good prospect, it's a hot lead, a hot prospect, you're going to want to research it deeper so that you can have information. A lot of stuff is public record and there's a lot of stuff out there on the internet. So you have that information so you know something about them. So that way, when you talk to them, you can find something in common. That is the one key right there. Find something in common and then create a common enemy. If you create a common enemy with a person, you guys both have an enemy in common, well, you guys are going to come closer. You guys are going to connect. And that's what this is all about, connecting. This guy, he had to go down there and file an affidavit of heirship today down at the county recorder's office in Denver. And he was busting his ass to do it because he's leaving to Mexico tomorrow for 10 days for his brother-in-law's wedding, something like that. And over the weekend, I didn't hear from him. So I'm thinking, oh man, he might start bullshitting. Dude, I texted him on Monday, like, hey, Michael, if we don't get these documents, this paperwork authorized by the time you go to Mexico, it's going to be really tough to get this done before that October 6th auction. Now, this was before I did a title search too, so I was under the impression there was more money owed. So that's why this deal's even sweeter, man. I thought there was another $18,000 lien on there, and there isn't. So that's $18,000 more in my pocket. But long story short, this guy calls me, man, from the clerk of court's office outside, breathing heavy. Like, man, they're telling me they don't know what the document is. They won't record it. They don't know what it's about. I said, man, that first off, they don't have to know what it's about. It doesn't matter what it's about. They need to record that so that it's on public record that you have an association with any real estate as it pertains to your mother, that may be out there. You have an association with that. That's what that affidavit of heirship is for. So he's at the county clerk's. He calls me and he goes back in there. And then he starts asking the lady, and he's kind of getting upset. So I repeat to him what I said. So he said it right back to her. And as soon as he said that, I could hear her on the other end. She was being cool as hell. But I had researched this guy, man. I knew a lot about him. I knew he was a truck driver. I knew a lot about him, man. A lot. I knew he was getting divorced. Then you make contact with them after you research them. You make that contact because now you have a little bit of information. So you can, man, you skip trace them. You can use truepeoplesearch.com. That's a free one, all right? But you get what you pay for, right? How much is it going to cost you not to have the right information? That truth is universal. I just associated what I just said. How much will it cost you when a person asks me how much my program is? How much will it cost you not to have the information? Same thing here. Same thing. It relates to this. You skip trace using True People Search. How much will it cost you that you did a free skip trace and you don't have the right information? Dude, I pay 15 cents a skip trace, 15 cents. And that's expensive, but I get good information. Now, next thing is we negotiate taking over those payments. Now with the GoGetter family, guys, as part of our system, this roadmap, man, and you see these curves, that's because this road is curvy now. It's not a straight line, but negotiating, that is C in the ACEs method, all right? And the C stands for credibility and counseling. Credibility and counseling, man. I talked to this guy, Michael. I got those phone calls recorded. My inner circle students get to listen to them, and kind of analyze them and break them down with me. But dude, I was counseling him. I was building credibility with my knowledge with him. So he trusts me, which he should. We're trying to get to the same finish line here, right? So then once you get that negotiated, you get the paperwork signed. So I had some things I needed to do with that affidavit of heirship, but we're getting that purchase agreement, memorandum, and seller acknowledgement signed. Baby, I'm almost done. What you want, honey? You don't want none. I'll be done in about 2 minutes.
Can I color?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you put?
Oh, you want to color on some of my stuff, you mean? Lord have mercy on my soul. What do I got down here? I got some scratch paper. Yes, this is scratch paper. Here. And then you need a marker, I'm going to assume. Here's 2. Use that. Here's 2 markers. All right, guys, I got to hurry. So then you want always record your deal insurance document, man. Memorandum of contract that locks you in on public record. All right. Public record. You cloud the title so they can't pass a marketable title until you release that. Then you find a title company and or an attorney. All right. That's going to help you to do this transaction. That's where we got the title search today, guys. This is the exact method that I'm following. Find that title company and or attorney. After you do that, you get a title search done. And then after the title search, if you're going to move forward, right? If you're going to move forward, title insurance. You got to get that title insurance, guys. Now, next step, property inspection and your due diligence period. Now what this is now, though, right? We want to give ourselves 30 to 45 days to close. And we do that because once we get it under contract, we can then market that property as for sale. Right. So however we acquire it, like this is a wholesale. So we're going to market this as for sale. We want cash buyers. It's a reduced price, right? Our starting price. See, you switch. I'll give you one key right here, guys. See, these are the tips that you need. That's going to get you to the next level. Instead of saying your asking price, instead you switch that to starting price. Starting price. That's a psychological trigger that when you send that property out to sellers, and you say starting price, they will give you their best offer out the gate. If you say asking, they'll try to bargain with you because you're asking. No, this is the starting price. This is where we're already at. Now, are you going to be there or are you going to be more? I'm telling you guys, this shit works. These little details, man. Next, You're going to contact that lender, verify the existing mortgage, and inquire into the mitigation options. What can you do to lessen that mortgage, man? What rights do you have left? Then, closing day, y'all. Closing on that thing. You getting paid and you're done. So guess what? Congratulations. You closed a deal. So, guys, those are the steps. Now there's details obviously within there, right? But our systems, man, you follow those steps, you're going to close a deal. Follow those steps. The what do I do next? See, people ask themselves, "Oh, how do I do this? How am I going to do this?" And that is a how question is a fear-based question, guys. Fear-based. So instead, if you flip that to what do I need to do? What do I need to do next? That's an action-based question. So once you find a motivated seller, then okay, I found found motivated seller. What do I do next? Then after your next step of analyzing that property, what do I do next? Research that owner. After that, what do I do next? I find that owner. I skip trace them. After that, what do I do? What do I do? Okay, what I need to do now is I skip trace them. I need to make contact with them. Right? And then boom, you're going in, man. You're going in. So I'll take one or two questions, man. Then I got to go. I got my baby. Quinn Wilson says, how do you go about talking to the bank to get loss mitigation or asking for the reinstatement amount? So that's a fine art too, man. I mean, you get it with experience too, man. But we've got I'm a foreclosure expert, so we're talking to the bank a lot, but we've got our foreclosure mitigation training, man, because there's so many different options, right? But you've got to use these options in the right order. If you can use them, if you're still eligible to use them. But the main thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find out how much is it to get this mortgage reinstated. Like, what are their back payments, their arrears? What are the arrears? Those are the back payments if they are behind, right? Then if you've already negotiated with the seller to take over that mortgage and give them debt relief, right? Well, then all you got to do is reinstate that mortgage. Okay. But then there's a payoff amount too. And the payoff amount is going to be different than what's on that last mortgage statement that you see. All right. And for those of you guys that are just joining me, man, my name is Gene Boykin. I'm the founder of the GoGetter Family Real Estate Investing Academy, where I teach y'all to become the bank. Now, tonight, I just gave you guys the step-by-step process. We've got it. You're all done? Okay. I'm going to answer one more question, guys, and I got to go. Okay, I'm done too, honey. So I'm gonna come over there and sit with you, okay? I'm gonna go to bed. All right, guys. Last question. MQ says, how long is the process to close after he records the affidavit? Does it take months? Hell no, it don't take months. No. Nope. They got that, dude. They got that title search back like today. My transaction coordinator called them and they said they'd have it by the end of business. Dude, they had that thing back in like 2 hours and they only charged $5. It knocked me out my shoes, dude. I thought it was gonna be at least 150, but you tell them when you want to close, okay? And they may say, well, we can't close then, it'll have to be another week or whatever. But then they do their thing, right? So they've got to go look harder, because on that title search it says that this is not an insured title search and they are not going to be held like to the information that was brought up in them. So because we haven't given them the contracts yet. So once we give them the contracts, MQ, it usually takes you about you can get it done in 2 weeks. You can get it done in 2 weeks, but we want to give ourselves 30 days always anyway, if you can, to go find a buyer, right? But you can get that closing done in 2 weeks with the title company. Okay. Title search, boom. That's saying that you have all of your papers, all the paperwork that you need, how it's supposed to be signed, everything. 2 weeks. Now you mentioned this affidavit, the affidavit of heirship. The affidavit of heirship is a document, right? That, see, this is where that experience comes in again, guys. And I learned this in the field too. Okay. I didn't read this in a book. I learned this. I had never even heard of this shit on all the reading and studying that I did. So we're doing a deal in St. Louis, and I'm helping them ladies, and they were dealing with a young girl whose mother had passed away, And they were a black family, right? So the mom didn't have a will and stuff like that. So the daughter, she was just the one, right, that got the house, right? It was just like, she rose to the top kind of situation. Well, we go to do this transaction, and the title company says, well, the mother hasn't been dead for a year yet. That's going to be in like 13 more days. So if you need to do the transaction before those 13 days are up and it hasn't been a year yet, then you're going to have to go through probate. But the other way to do it is to wait until that year's up and make sure there's an affidavit of heirship filed with the recorder's office, and then we can do it. So me knowing that, now that I know that, I had him go file that affidavit of heirship today. So that thing's on public record before even we got the contracts to the title company. But the funny thing was this: he didn't even need the affidavit of heirship. You want to know why? When we did that title search, it shows it on that title search that he's the power of attorney. He's been the power of attorney for that property since 2008. So he can convey that property. It says it right on there. He can sell that property. Says it right on there, dude. So because you file a power of attorney, you put that, you record that. That's on public record. So MQ says, also someone asked some really good questions on the Google Classroom thing to the subject too. Just a heads up. Thank you MQ, straight up, because I didn't even know. Yep, I'm on. I got you. I get so many dog notifications, man. Oh my God. I got you, MQ. Bet. I'm gonna look out just for you giving me that heads up too, because I sure didn't even know, because we got the Google Classrooms with our steps and our inner circle students, so I'm getting notifications all the time. But I'm gonna go on there and check that out, MQ, and I will either leave a typed answer or I'll leave a video answer for you guys on all of those questions. So I got you. Let's get it in. I want y'all coming to holler at me with some properties. All right. So guys, I appreciate you guys coming out tonight, showing your love, showing that support. Don't forget, hit that like button. If you feel like I brought you some value, I'm just going to run through these steps here real quick. All right. The first one is you're going to find a motivated seller. Once you find that motivated sellers list, whatever, right, you analyze that property. Then you're going to research the owner. You're going to make contact with that owner. You're going to skip trace them. There's many ways to do that, right? Once they're skip trace, you negotiate the payments. You're going to contact the lender to verify the existing mortgage and inquire into mitigate. Or I'm sorry, you're going to get the paperwork signed and set the closing date. You're going to record deal insurance documents, find your title company and/or attorney, do your title search. Then the property inspection due diligence period, which is your marketing period as well to sell the property. Then you contact the lender to verify everything. That's why our contracts say our approximate purchase price. Then after all of that said and done, you got your closing day, you get paid, and you're done. You close a deal. So remember, guys, this is something that I also heard Myron Golden say, man, today, as a matter of fact. He said that every master was once a disaster. Every master was once a disaster. Guys, I'm an expert at this, but I wasn't always. I was as green as you guys, man. I was as green as y'all. So, guys, oh, watch out, baby. I got to get up out of here, man. I appreciate you guys coming in tonight. Don't forget, if you feel like I brought you some value, consider subscribing and hit that like button for your boy. Baby, tell them bye.
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 I'm a go-getter.